talk for a moment about video resumes?
Video resumes, as I know it, do really well in certain jobs.
There are certain schools that like to see a video resume because you're showcasing those talents, and it's more important with electives. So if your student is making a video resume, and when you're applying you can now apply to a bunch of schools at once using the Common App.
Right.
A lot of schools are on the Common App. Not all of them.
No, there are some key ones that have their own
are
way.
on the Common App.
Mm-hmm.
You have the opportunity to upload supplemental materials. And
supplemental materials that I like to see kids add, because I counsel public school kids too.
Right.
So homeschool kids are automatically doing a resume, but I make public school kids do a resume.
Right. And the student resume may be, here's my high school work experience, here's my high school volunteer experience, here are the things that I excelled in.
We're asking about a video resume or video performance sample.
If I were doing a video resume and I were a theater performer, it would include some clips of me performing. There were a couple of schools that my child looked at that were Ivy that mentioned such a thing.
So it's fringe. Because I know that the way conservatories generally work is
that's going to be a live audition.
Right. There are 4 live auditions throughout the country. It's a circuit. It gives kids time to get to all 4. And each of these locations, Chicago, New York, something down here, I think Tennessee or whatever.
Wild.
And then like California.
Right.
All the colleges go there and all the students go there.
Right.
And it's like a theater competition weekend and all the kids do their performances. It's unified for
college conservatories.
And that's how you get seen, that's how you get chosen. And honestly, that's how your son ended up being invited to apply for one of the colleges. They were like, we saw you apply here. That's how young dude got invited to apply to 30 colleges. Because 5'10", young black man who wasn't skinny, do an amazing dance number and a split. And everyone was like, him. We have to have him. And then they were like, and? That's how theater conservatories work, is they get to see your work and then they read about you. And they're like, oh, boy. My son, Scad, done a film as his senior capstone in his arts conservatory high school. And so that was in there. Can be important. It's not,
especially for performance students.
It's not something that I really think of. Jordan didn't do that.
Right.
Jordan she also didn't do the unified thing. She was so young.
But she did do auditions at the schools.
She applied to the colleges first.
Right. And was
invited to their scholarship
weekends.
And she did well at all of those. She auditioned. She did contrasting monologues. One was very dark and one was very dark. One was very dark. It was about some girls being set on fire. And then the other one was Lady Macbeth.
Which was wild. Like in competition, she had been told to never do that monologue again.
And everyone said, no, do it.
The one that got her money.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you've recorded your child's high school experience. However you've recorded it, there's room there to
showcase that.
For example, with young dude, his TED Talk is linked.
Yeah.
His digital portfolio, it was COVID. We sent nothing out. Everything was emailed. So he had live hyperlinks of his writing, live hyperlinks of his TED Talk.
So if you have artifacts like that for your student, go ahead and build your student a website or have your student build their own website.
Right. It doesn't hurt to have a website.
And then you can link that back into...
Just make sure it's professional.
Yeah. Make sure it works.
Yeah.
Make sure somebody's not going to get like certificate error or something. Mm-hmm. Everything about this process is to showcase what your child has done, to make it clear and understandable for somebody who does not know your child, and to make it easy to find.
Because we've given you all this paper and we've showed you all this paper, but we are moving into the digital age.
Right.
So this paper is more or less your format.
Right. And when you purchased this course, we sent you a link to these things in a Google Drive so that you can edit them on the computer. So you don't have to print them out if that's not your preferred workflow.
You don't have to have every single element that we have in there. Just look at them and decide if you think you're going to need them or not.
Right.
But, if there's like in my orders, I had, what is this academy? I had a whole page of what is this academy. Now you can just link to the academy's About Us page.
Right.
Right? So my advice is look at our format, follow our format, put in as much info as possible. If you're doing a creative conservatory, they're going to want to know how many hours your students spent in each discipline. If you're doing a high academic university, they will want to see your children's table of contents, because if you're not accredited, they want to see what books your child studied from and what was covered. But at the end of the day, we're in a digital age, and so whereas my son's book and the first one I showed were printed and bound
right
at Kinko's, lovely pamphlets, little magazines we sent out. Now they will want to file.
Right. Because we wound up printing mine out and binding it, but it's more of an archival copy for me.
Right.
A note to working digitally, because if you have this all online, make sure you have backups of these things somewhere else.